All right, guys, I got everything just about ready to go. I haven't fixed the wiring yet, so just ignore that. But the battery is in. All the charge piping's hooked up, as you can see. The intercooler, condenser, radiator, all that's mounted. The belt's on. I have to fix the dipstick because it broke in half, which you can't see, but it's way down in there. It broke in half. Just the dipstick tube itself. So I have to weld that back together. Tomorrow I have to go pick up radiator hoses, an oil cooler, or a power steering fluid cooler, and the slave cylinder, because my slave cylinder rod is missing and I can't seem to get just the rod. So I have to buy a whole new slave cylinder, which isn't terrible. I think it's like 40 bucks. I'm not that worried about it. Power steering cooler, on the other hand, is like 120, and it's just missing, so I have to go buy a new one, which is fine because the old one probably had dirt daubers in it anyway, so I guess it has its upside. It shifts through all the gears. Everything seems to work. We have fluid in the transmission, fluid in the transfer case. I still have to build a mount for the transmission because we're missing this funky little mount that I can't seem to locate. The Cummins build is getting there. It's going to have new tires put on it. These are 420s, Nitto 420s. They're a decent street tire, but I'm just not really going for a street truck look anymore. I need it to be a work truck, and I plan on taking it up and down some roads that I don't know that those are going to perform on, but we'll be putting 35s on it. That one back there is flat. It won't even hold air. I tried to put air in, it went back flat again. But I have new mirrors, so don't worry too much about that. And these visors, I have new visors at the house. Tail lights busted, one of them, so I have new tail lights. And these headlights I'm going to have to clean up, but hopefully they come back to life because I paint matched these years ago when the truck was still running, and I really like how they turned out. So I'm hoping I can bring those back to life. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. We're at like 264, so you guys keep doing what you're doing. We're going to get this truck together. Realistically, I want to drive this and pull the festiva on a trailer to Ice Cream Cruise, but if it's not running, it looks like we're going to have to drive the festiva to Ice Cream Cruise. But either way, we're going to Ice Cream Cruise, hell or high water. I already bought my tickets and booked a hotel and all that good stuff. If even one of you are watching this and you're going to be at Ice Cream Cruise, come see me. I'll be out in a little blue festiva. I'll have my YouTube and everything wrote out on the hood, so you guys feel free. Come look at the car, come grab a piece of chalk and draw a smiley face or something PG-13 on the hood anyway. So if any of you guys are going to be there, I'd be happy to see you. And we're going to go out there and have a good time. I went last year and I absolutely loved it. I'll be back when this thing is running and hopefully not making weird noises. Hey guys, hopefully the video looks decent. My GoPro, I don't know what's wrong with it. I was recording and it acted normal, everything was fine, and then when I went to pull everything up, it said something was corrupted on the SD card. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to format it or what we're gonna have to do, but I wanted to update you guys on what's going on. So the Dodge is together, it does run. However, it has a weird noise. It sounds like a squeaking noise, which I could only assume is an engine bearing, because when we started it, the sun is bright. When we started it, it ran good. It sounded healthy. I'll put a little video in of me starting it if you didn't see the short that I put up. It sounded good. It had a misfire, which I figure is probably that #1 injector that I had issues with, but it ran fine. And then it had a weird little squeak. It wasn't a knock, it was just a squeak like there was a dry bearing. And so it got a little louder, and then it lost oil pressure. And so I'm assuming, I hope it's not a cam bearing, but one of the bearings is turned and it's blocking the oil galley. Something's blocked off that shouldn't be. So we got to pull the motor back out. We got to pull the pan off, see what's going on. The pan leaks, so we have to pull the pan anyway, but we got to pull the pan off and see exactly what's wrong, and fix it. And then it should be good to go. All we got to do after that is build the transmission mount and put coolant in it, and she should be ready to rock. But today, with what video content that I still do have, I'm going to get you guys an update on everything that's going on. So the Dodge, we got to pull the motor out. Once we get the motor out, pull the pan off. Hopefully it's something obvious and we don't have to go on a wild goose chase finding out which bearing got ate up. But today we are actually working on the Festiva. So those of you that don't know, I got a second one. It's white. Zach actually left in it. He'll be back in a minute. He had to go to the gas station. We got a second one. I already named it. Or Zach named it, I should say. We named it Hank Hill. I still don't have a name for this one. I'm kind of trying to decide. Because it's blue, I feel like the color should play into the name. But nevertheless, we have the blue Festiva in the shop. We have the charge pipe done, which that was part of what I recorded that the GoPro did not like to cooperate with me on. But the charge pipe's on. That's a 50mm VS Racing blow-off valve. And I welded it down there, which you can kind of see. Kind of proud of my aluminum welds. They turned out better than they usually do. But we got the IAT sensor in here. All the charge pipes connected. I know these are hose clamps and they're not designed for charge pipes. I'm sorry. I didn't have any more clamps. I had one that I went and bought that was a vibrant clamp and it just exploded. I don't know what the deal was. It's the most expensive clamp I've ever had and it broke. But everything else is working. It's on about 4 pounds because this isn't working. I don't know if I have an issue with the circuit going to the firing ground from the ECU or what, but I checked it and it does have 12 volts, but it's not clicking. I even put micro squirt in test mode and everything and it just doesn't want to work. But the gate does open. It is blowing soot out and doing its job, but we're only on about 4 pounds. So today, the exhaust is actually dumped like directly under the car. So we're gonna go ahead and finish the exhaust up. I don't have my GoPro, so I can't do a time lapse, which I really want to, but I'm just unable right now until we get the GoPro resolved. But everything's working. It's running like a top. We went in and pulled timing and everything and made sure it's safe, but it runs great. The couplers are different colors because it's just what I had laying around. But we're making it happen. I got to get this thing in the air. Zach's going to be back in a minute with the white car, and I'll have him do a walk around on the white car and update you guys on it. But I had the exhaust. It's actually in the other car, which he took. We're going to be at Ice Cream Cruise. Apparently it's going to be raining. Probably Saturday. I don't know for sure, but I checked the forecast and it looks like it's going to be raining at least one of the days that we're up there. So hopefully it doesn't get completely rained out, but even if it rains and we can't race, we can walk around and look at all the booths and all the cool cars anyway. There's going to be a ton of people there. I think there was like 8,000 or 10,000 people there last year, and they're expecting probably double that this year. So it's going to be packed. I'm very excited about it. So if you guys are going to be out there and you see me, by all means, grab a piece of chalk and write something on the hood, because this is chalkboard paint. I'll have my TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and everything put up on here so everybody knows where to go to find me. But today we're doing exhaust. I'm really debating on 3D printing a shift knob for this thing because this one is junk. It's cool because it glows in the dark, but it keeps coming off. It's got a little threaded insert in the bottom of it and it just keeps popping out. So we're going to go ahead and get the car in the air and get started on the exhaust. I have a piece of flex to go where it steps up from 2.5 to 3 inch. The downpipe's 2.5, and then it'll step to 3 pretty much under the firewalls where it's going to kind of step up. And then we're going to run 3 all the way out the back, except for, oh, he has the muffler too, doesn't he? Crap. Okay, when he gets back, I'll show you. But I'll get a video from a distance when he pulls up. Maybe you guys can see. But here comes Zach. He's cruising along. He's going to be here in just a second. Here he is. Here he is. Oh. thing is so cool.
This is the new Festiva. For those that didn't see any of the shorts, this particular one is an 89. It is carbureted with rear defrost, rear wiper, air conditioning. Oh, it's got some other cool features. But it's got both door cards, brown interior, and it's got a factory tachometer dash. It has both back seats in it at the moment. Daggum thing got a brand new starter in here. Tyler has rebuilt the alternator, which you can barely see. Already has Salmon Industries EGR delete on it. Adapter to a Weber 2-barrel carburetor, and this thing has a gnarly oil leak, but brand new timing belt included. The previous owner said that it was allegedly a rebuilt motor. Gnarly exhaust leak though. By leak, let me specify, the catalytic converter has been tactically removed, and with that being said, the resonator is also blown out. But yeah, this is the new Festiva. We're kind of open to some ideas on this. Kind of thinking about BP swapping this one, or B6 swapping it, maybe a TDI. Kind of open to everything, aren't we? What are we doing right now?
Exhaust on the blue car.
But yes, right now we are trying to get this Apexi N1 Evolution, but large fart can, if you will. Getting that mocked up on the car. 3-inch, 4.5-inch outlet on it. It's gonna be fun. What do you say?
I'm excited.
Alrighty, we're excited.
Alright everybody, we got the exhaust done last night. We had a few minor hiccups and my phone might have died, but we got the exhaust done. It's run all the way out the back. I don't know how well I can show you, but we got the piece of flex is in there, and then it runs all the way back. We had to do a lot of pie cutting to make it work, and we did MIG weld it rather than TIG weld it because we're in a hurry. It could be prettier, but it does the job. We had to run underneath the beam and then make the turn to go back and up and over the beam and out the back. We got the hangers on. We're probably going to add another hanger right here because we already have it, but for now it works good. It doesn't make any clunking noises or rattling under the car, and it sounds really nice. And it's very large. That's a 4.5-inch outlet, but I'll start it just so you guys can hear it at idle. Quieter than it was. I'm happy with how it turned out. So now we've got to get the exhaust on the other car fixed because somebody chopped the exhaust off of the white car, and we have to drive both of these cars 6 hours tomorrow. So I'd rather them both be fairly quiet and not making a ton of noise because that's a long drive. But the exhaust on the blue car is done, and we're gonna get packed up and ready to go to Iowa. That'll put us there tomorrow evening sometime, and then hopefully it doesn't rain the whole time we're there, but we'll see. However many people are gonna be at Ice Cream Cruise, we'll see you guys out there. And as always, thanks for watching. We're almost, actually since the last clip that I did, we're almost at 270 subscribers, so we're getting there. I'm really wanting to, I think we can hit 500 by the end of the year. I really do. So we're gonna go for that. 1,000 would be cool, but I think 500 is a little more manageable. But we'll see you guys at Ice Cream Cruise. I'm gonna call it there, and we'll give you guys another update. I'll try to take my computer with me so we can do an upload while we're up there, and keep you guys kind of in the loop on what's going on. But I'll be back once we're in Iowa.